just like everything in life, everything must come to an end. Depressing, I know, but that's sadly the way life is, you know. You get it.
Starting off Monday morning with an existential crisis.
Yeah, exactly. But like, just
welcome to 8 o'clock, fuckers. It's over. It's ending anytime soon.
I was trying to.
It's not. It's fine.
I was trying to do Linkin Park in the end.
Yeah.
But I went, I'm not doing that. That's too on the nose. But yeah, we're talking about will EastEnders ever come to an end? Because
I think we've talked about this a lot in the past as well.
we have.
This happens like once or twice a year.
Yeah. Like half of these threads we've probably already done, but who gives a shit? You know, we just say the same shit over and over.
Oh, no. We did How Should EastEnders End? That was April of this year.
That's the right call. But yeah, will EastEnders ever come to an end? Well, it's just what will it? That's the real question.
Yes, I mean yes. The answer is yes. EastEnders will inevitably come to an end. I mean, it depends because I feel like EastEnders, they've made it over the hump, right? Most shows that come to an end, they're usually gone in the first 20 years. Like Brookside. Brookside was gone, well, like 20 years on. I nearly started watching Brookside the other week. Just to add more fucking soaps to my calendar. Yeah, Brookside lasted, what, 21 years? How long did Crossroads go? Crossroads went on for like fucking
50.
Yeah, it was a long time, and then they got rid of the fucking. It was on from 64 to 88, so that's what 24 years. Like, usually the shows that make it beyond that 30-year mark, generally they stick. It's why like Hollyoaks is kind of, if it makes it out of this next year or two, probably lasting. Or at least as long as Channel 4 decides to not fucking shelve it, because Channel 4 are bastards.
And
like
dying.
EastEnders, it's...
And dying, Channel 4 is.
It is dying.
We're paying Adult Swim all this money to Rick and Morty, and Young Sheldon, and The Big Bang Theory. Fucking...
Yeah.
You don't have enough money for Hollyoaks, actually. Young Sheldon needs to read.
No, Hollyoaks has to get axed, but fucking Young Sheldon doesn't sound classic.
I am a mighty little man.
But to keep on my point though, obviously EastEnders has now been with us for 40 years. Well, coming up to 40 years, 40 years as of February 2024.
5.
And it's in a good, yes, and it's been in a good place. It has been in a good place for the last 2 years. It has kind of regained the momentum that it's so fucking long missed. The one thing that's wild to me, it's still ridiculous. Obviously, this is just a side point. This isn't supposed to be a big point. It's just like our preference. But like, there are so many people who say that 2019 was the best year in EastEnders. Fucking. No.
No. I compare it to the only thing I compare it to is really like wrestling reference. By the way, it's like when they reformed a tag team called D-Generation X, but they couldn't get any of the original members because half of them were in another company. One of them fell out with the company because her boyfriend cheated on her, and then they just went, yeah, get the fuck out, basically. And they reformed them, and instead of being like, ha ha, suck it, isn't that funny, guys? Ha ha, they were doing like ass jokes.
Dick jokes, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like...
But yeah, like, it's still wild to me,
yeah.
That fucking... Obviously, it's where you start watching, which is your favourite peak, usually. But fuck me, is it still like, it's one of my least favourite times in EastEnders history. That 2019 to 2021 period, even 2022 was rough. 2023 onwards was where that shit picked up. But to make a finite point as well, Coronation Street has been on for, 60 years now?
Yeah, 60, roughly 60.
I think it was, 64 years?
Give or take.
I believe it started in 1960. Started 9th of December 1960. It's been on for 64 years. Now, obviously, not in the best place either. I can't lie. I love Coronation Street. I adore the show, but Yeah, it's not in a good place right now, or at least not for me. Maybe I'm wrong, but for me, it's not in a very good place. Even Emmerdale. I mean, fuck, we're just doing all the fucking calendar. Let's get Emmerdale and Neighbours. Neighbours was on for approximately, I think it's like 37 years before it got axed. It first made 85. So the fucking same period of EastEnders. Obviously that got shit canned in 2021.
Yeah, I want to say 2021.
2022. It got action. Yeah, it got action 2022. So it was there for what? 40? Not 40. 30. Fuck me, numbers. 37 years.
Yeah.
And then it got revived in pretty much a year later, which I was predicting the whole time. And finally, just to end this really long fucking segment, Emmerdale, formerly known as Emmerdale Farm, in 19 where the fuck is the number? 1972. Fucking hell, fair play. And that has been around for what, 52 years?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Obviously, recently, Soap Study did a really good video talking about the Emmerdale plane crash, which revitalized the show and probably made it a primetime soap, unlike what Emmerdale Farm was, which was quaint farming town.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
you forgot to do Home and Away. How long has Home and Away been on the fucking hair? Might as well do Home and Away in Fair City. Fuck it, why not?
I'm not fuck Fair City. Home and Away started 1988, so what, 3 years after Neighbours. So, yeah. What, 6? 36?
Roughly 36 years, yeah.
I'm going to sneeze.
Elephant. Elephant.
Oh, fucking hell, hello. I'm back. Hollyoaks. I don't know. But to wrap that point around, usually if it makes it past that, like, that 40-year mark, it's usually there. But, as always, these shows aren't fucking indefinite. Most soaps are just a couple bad years away from axing, let's be honest. You know? Like, the ones I feel have the most chance of surviving are EastEnders and Coronation Street. Coronation Street because it has been a staple of ITV for the last 60 fucking years. And even with it being in a bad place, it's not getting fucking moved around. The schedule's not getting fucked over. It's still hitting its yearly targets in a way, even if the viewership probably is down. And with EastEnders comes and goes. I mean, we're currently in I describe it as a golden era, perhaps. You know, it might be a bit hasty. Some people won't like that term because, you know, fucking fuck Lenshaw, he's shit. He just brings back old characters. Yeah. All right, mate. All right. And we've had what coming up to just about 2 years. 2 years of decent show running, like a fairly solid story. But I can't lie, most executive producers, they don't last that long. You know, most executive producers get about 2 years solidly, and then they leave because they've done all the main storylines they wanted to do. And it's going to be it's going to be a poison chalice, really. Because in comparison to the previous executive producers, Chris Glenshaw looks like a fucking god. He looks like a fucking almighty entity of EastEnders fucking storytelling. So it's obviously going to be a hard one. And as said, soaps are only really a couple of bad years from getting cancelled. But fundamentally, I do believe everything should be fine. And I don't think anybody's really going to complain that much about EastEnders getting axed. There we are. That was a roundabout way of doing it. How long have I fucking talked for nothing about?
9:30.
Fucking hell. Alright. Reddit thread time.
Will EastEnders ever come to an end? Just like everything else, nothing lasts forever. Forever! So EastEnders...
Just like life, you're all gonna fucking die. Alright, cheers,
I mean, I read a great quote saying that we only live for 80 summers. So... we only really see 80 summers, so we might as well spend it, like, eat that ice cream, eat that ass, bitch. You know, eat that shit.
Fuck it, alright.
Eventually end or cease transmission or have a final episode. I mean, everything ends anyways. Yeah, right. Just
this person's like, look. This is like when you have a dog and he's getting a bit older and you're like, yeah, right. You know, there's a last good year with you. Fuck, it's not dying yet. Like, we still have a good 5-10 years of this shit, you know.
Just fucking...
Like, fuck it. It's not dying right now. So we're fine. Jesus, don't panic.
EastEnders never ends. Cries, I can't let go. Phil.
Yeah, but if EastEnders dies, I guarantee everybody else going, Steve, you still want to act? Yeah. We got this great gig at fucking Coronation Street. You want to do, yeah? Like, if I can ever get Phil Mitchell on fucking screens, I'm doing it 100% of the time.
It will definitely come to an end at some point, but I don't think it'll be anytime soon. I spent all that money on a new set for a start. I have my theories of how it'll end, though. I need to hear the theories on how it ends. I was worried. I'm with the 40th anniversary as well. Yeah, nothing lasts forever, so EastEnders will eventually end.
Oh, fuck me. This starts so depressing.
Well,
no one loves me anyways. May as well just end EastEnders now. It's like, it's got a good place.
I think it's very far in the future. It's not like a TV series where actors get old, the story gets old and the shines. Even look at The Simpsons. I think they'll keep going as far as the money is concerned, and even further. New characters will be brought out as long as they're enough of an audience. It'll keep going for decades. Yeah, look, The Simpsons been running for 36 years. Like, you're not kidding.
And nothing's changed. It has. Characters have gotten stupider, but you know.
I feel sorry for the actors on The Simpsons because.
What do you mean they're getting that fat fucking Skriller?
No, they're getting that fat Skriller, but like. I'm just imagining
Skriller. Sorry.
But like I'm just imagining when they're 90, like they're in a cataracts and shit, just like being wheeled onto the fucking recording booth, just like, come on, Dan Kesseletta, fucking act as Homer now. Oh, don't please get me.
Do me, my knee.
I can't. But
yeah, if we had to, when would I think EastEnders would end? Give it like 10 years. I'll give it like 10 years. It's probably over. I'll be real with you. I very much think we make it out of this decade, but when we get to 2030 onwards, it's probably a bit risky at that point. You know, like we would have gone so many generations of people and so many generations of characters, and. I mean, the biggest thing is, obviously, as an executive producer, you can't go and undo shit that's happened in the past. Well, you can, kind of, but only like once every decade, you know? You can only really bring back one character from the dead. So with that said, it's always a bit of a risk when you need to... Like, let's say you really love Abby Branning, you want her back. Can you really argue bringing her back? And it's about whether you can establish newer characters who everybody actually likes, rather than mourning the death of all the characters that were killed off short-sightedly. Like, in this time period, would it not be nice to have both Abby Brannon back and have Stephen Beale back? And, I mean, not Lucy, because Lucy had to die for that storyline, but, like, you know, wouldn't it not be nice if we had some of these more iconic characters filling the spot that some of these characters in most people's eyes won't actually be able to fill? So it's just a case of how much room have you left yourself, you know? How much distance have you allowed yourself to run? Because at the end of the day, if all of the favourite characters have been killed off and you're left with shit, you then suddenly have to establish a whole new fucking generation, rather than actually just being able to fall on your sword, fall on the shit that was laid before you. And that's probably one of the biggest issues of EastEnders during the 2010s, is so many of these really good characters who did establish themselves as proper, genuine, like, A tier characters. A lot of them just died. A lot of them were fucking killed off unceremoniously. It made sense, but I guarantee you some of these producers are looking back like, oh, bloody hell. Why did they kill off Fat Boy? just a bit of pandering in the end. Abby Brannin, Stephen Beale, fucking
Ronnie
Roxy. So many characters that like, if I was writing EastEnders, I'll get so much mileage out of Ronnie and Roxy. And you know what I'd do? I'd make Ronnie happy. I'd actually give Ronnie a good couple years of fucking happy life. And then obviously I'd burn it all down because fuck you. No. But yeah, to wrap that point around, as I've spent 70 hours on it, it all depends on how much you set up the future generations. And just like this planet, it's not really been done too well, you know? Just like the planet burning away because of our fucking ancestors' wrongdoings and climate change.
No, it's not really.
Shit's
it's a tyranny, apparently.
But yeah, that's as long as there's enough room to walk, EastEnders will generally always run. Plus, we see it go through phases, right? We saw the fucking gangster era. We saw at the start it was the family era. We saw the 90s. It was a bit more quaint, but it was a bit more gangster-ish, kind of with the addition of Phil and Grant. Then in the 2000s, it kept being more crime and gangster-related. Kind of did this in the 2010s, but wanted to settle back into that family-type feel with a occasional glimpse of gangster. And then now we're back with this family feel of family drama leading the show forward. So if it doesn't change, it'll be likely to fail.
Yeah, fucking Jesus. Apocalypse, The Walking Dead, Walford edition. Only if Tracy dies, she's the one holding this universe together. The whole world will close in on itself if Tracy dies. What is it they said? They said in Deadpool and Wolverine? She's the anchor of our universe.
Sure.
She's the anchor of the EastEnders universe, the sacred timeline. The whole of Walford is Tracy dreaming, and when she dies, it'll end. Tell that to Coronation Street, but no, seriously, who knows? Only time will tell. If it does ever, and I think it will come down to cost rather than anything else. Which one do you think will end first, Corrie or Enders? Corrie has been on longer.
Coronation Street. No, I don't know. It's an interesting angle, but ITV is very fucking happy with Coronation Street, and its legacy and impact is undeniable. So as much, I feel like ITV would happily give Coronation Street like 10 more years when EastEnders would be given like 5.
Yeah, first for nearly a decade now. Only Oldens watch it, in my opinion. Give it another 5 to 10 years, then it'll be gone, and ITV will pump money into Emmerdale to be its flagship. So, no, Emmerdale is definitely gone before Coronation Street. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, like Emmerdale is fine, but Emmerdale is still that like underdog, underachiever soap. It's good. It is good. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me misconceived. But it's not on that same level, right?
Well, I'm not familiar with the viewerships. I live in Canada. I'm currently 28. I've been watching Corrie since I was 16 and EastEnders since I was 18. I'm right now both shows until the end. But in Canada, if I remember this correctly, in Canada, aren't they like 10 years behind on EastEnders?
No. I don't know. It sounds too false to be real. I'll be honest with you.
Because I remember
it's not like Scotland. It's like, bloody hell, we've just discovered the electricity. It's like, fuck it. Well, yeah, we've all been using it for the last 20 years. That's a joke.
If
we want to talk about shows that might genuinely be axed, Hollyoaks is fucking up there, man. As a Hollyoaks fan, and as someone who's been covering Hollyoaks on this channel for like the last year, I'm getting worried, boys. I'm getting very worried about Hollyoaks. I mean, if we just take a look at the fucking... So, new executive producer in November 2023, and it wasn't a very quite a hostile takeover. I'll be real with you. That was like a coup where they all went, "We are fucking sick of your shit writers. Please change." So they appointed the new writers November 2023, rather 2023. So then you still have to cover all of the old storylines that were established. You got to finish them off. So we get some pretty dodgy payoffs to some of them, and then they fully take over. And then in February or March, I believe, they go, yeah, we're also axing like fucking 20 members of your cast, and we're cutting the staff and the crew. Oh, great. So do I get to do my job and actually make a good show? Nah. Just deal with all these cuts that Channel 4 are doing to you. And then like a month later, they go, yeah, it's also 3 episodes a week as well. So good fucking luck, dickheads. Cheers. So for what, this is March or February roughly. May even be April. I'm not good at times anyways. But regardless, you have like 5 to 6 months to write off like 20 people in the show, while still trying to do a really good fucking job at the storylines you're doing, which they have done. They've done the Frankie and JJ Abuse storyline, which is probably my favorite Hollyoaks storyline of all time. But also, probably not at the best attention, because they're having to fucking scramble. A bunch of cast is like, are you leaving or are you staying? I'm leaving. Oh, fuck, alright, I guess we're going to start working on this one. And then others don't leave till fucking, like, last week, where it's like, now you're going to have to write me out in about 2 weeks. So, Hollyoaks has been really trying to fucking swim when the Channel 4 has fucking dropped an anchor around their fucking leg and went, yeah, swim, bitch, swim, yeah, swim. It's like, you put an anchor on my leg, fucking hell. And they're doing a time jump, which is not a first, as Neighbours did it, but when Neighbours did it, it made sense. You know, it made sense because it got shit canned in 2022 and got brought back like a year later. But at the end of the day, Hollyoaks is likely to get axed, and I'm getting worried. But I will cover it to death because I love Hollyoaks.
And with that being said, just the 2 of us, I think that's where we end the video. Just know that, like, no matter what, death comes for you. So, like, hug your granny, hug your granddad. They're coming first. The Grim Reaper's knocking on their door first, then hug your dad because she's next, hug your ma because she's next, and then...
I like how it started off as a very comforting, like, you know, just remember, you're all gonna fucking die, loser. Fuck it, alright, Jesus.
You're all shit, you're all gonna die, fuck off, and we'll see you in the next one, bye-bye. You fucking losers, you're gonna die.